Anyway, got a little tier list pulled up here. This is my first time ever using this app, and I'm freaking stoked. I've always wanted to make one of these. So, yeah. I'm going to get this out of the way right now. I don't think there's a single boss in this game that falls into, like, E or F tier. I'd say at lowest, this game's bosses probably has a D tier. Like, just definitely mediocre. But a mediocre boss in this game, like, would have probably been, like, a B or an A tier fight in some of the other Souls games. Like, the boss quality in this game is hands down insane. I very much recommend playing this game. If you are a boss fanatic like me, where you just think about bosses all the time, this is your game. This game is basically a glorified boss rush with the most long and drawn out annoying levels of all time. They're easy. They just take forever to run through. But yeah, who we got first? This looks like it's already in order. Yeah, this looks pretty perfect. First one is Yutuga. I'm gonna put Yutuga in C. I think he's fine. There's nothing wrong with this fight at all. One thing it does show you is that the bosses in this game are gonna have a shitload of health. This is the first boss of the game, and it already has more health than like most bosses you'll fight in any of the Dark Souls games or Elden Ring. This guy's a freaking tank. Super simple moveset. He's just cool. Definitely not my favorite intro boss in a Souls game. Like Dark Souls 3, you got Gundyr. You have Soldier of Godric in Elden Ring. No, he's okay. I really don't have much to report on this guy. Let me see. His ice slam was really cool. I thought that when he jumped in the air with a giant block of ice, that was pretty sick. His cutscene was pretty cool. Like, he's fine. We got Blade Phantom. Okay. This is either going A and S tier. I want to say S tier. The only reason why I don't say S tier is not because he is not deserving of it. It's because I want to save S tier for like the pinnacle of bosses. I'm going to say A tier. He's going to be like top of A tier for me. I think Blade Phantom is one of the funnest bosses I've ever fought in a video game. Like, hands down. This guy's a blast. Like, he has such a wide variety of moves. It's insane. He was pulling out shit like every time I fought him. And it's cool too because like I felt like he cycled, like the way his RNG works, like he cycles through his moves very well. Like, what does he start with? He starts off with basically, I think, just melee and a sword, I want to say, in his first phase. And, dude, like, then he brings out, like, his fists, and then he does, like, these flying kicks. He has a spear. And then in his second phase, he goes crazy with, like, these claws. Like, dude, he just pulls out so much different stuff. And if you parry all of it, it's just so satisfying. A lot of it's very reactable, too. One of the things that I hate in bosses is when it's, like, you have to memorize the timings. Because there is no, like, they'll have like a telegraph and then an instant hit. Elden Ring did that shit a lot. It's not just like a delayed attack. Like, delayed attacks are fine, but it's when like there is no actual swing animation. They wind it and then boom. A lot of bosses do that. I hate it. This guy, every move felt very reactable. Some of the timings were definitely tight, which is how they should be. But it felt so satisfying to parry this guy. Absolutely amazing fight. The fact that they spoil you with this being the second fight in the game is freaking awesome. The level before this guy sucked. That was long as hell. I did not like that. I do not like how they freaking introduced the weapons in the game. It was kind of cool. Did not really care for it, but I'm glad it paid off by being able to pick a weapon and being able to fight this guy right after. Let me see. Viper. This is where most people quit the game. It's crazy. This is only the third boss in the game. Oh, God. I would actually put Viper... I'm going to put him right before Blade Phantom for now. I don't think Viper's S tier. I think Viper is a very good boss. He's definitely, like... Beating this guy will determine how much further you get in the game. The 2 full health bars as the third boss in the game is crazy. This guy's health bar is absolutely nuts. Like, this is when the game tells you to lock the fuck in. Viper was good. He was really good. His first phase actually gave me a lot more trouble than his second phase. From what I remember, I could always go back and rewatch my videos. But, dude, So, this is actually a good time to bring this up. So, when I was talking about Blade Phantom on how every attack is basically just reactable, which I like. You actually do have to memorize some of the timings. He has some very weird times with his attacks where they just kind of like, he'll wind it up and then hit instantly right after. It's kind of just a memory game with this guy. Super great fight, though. And his oh my gosh, his second phase transformation is so freaking cool. This fight is daunting, though. It is definitely a long boss. And it only gets worse from here. If you think the bosses are long right now, it only gets worse, I promise. Dude, it blows my mind the Viper's not even, like, even close to the longest fight in the game. It's insane, dude. I don't even know actually how long it took me to kill this guy. Not, like, attempts-wise, but just, like, on, the winning run, like, on how long it actually took to kill him. Like, he had a lot of health. Viper's great. I really did like Viper. Definitely made me a little mad, I will say. I got a little heated on this guy. Volbino. He's definitely better than Yatuga. But is he good? Is he a good boss? I'll say he's a good boss. He was cool. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I did not actually realize the ladder you were supposed to climb. I didn't even notice it. Even though he literally jumps up there, like, kind of, like, basically just points at it for you, and it's even glowing and everything. It took me so long to figure out that there's a freaking ladder in order to evade his second phase transformation. Because if you don't climb the ladder, you die, and there's nothing you can do about it. The entire arena goes into flames. That pissed me off so much. Because I did not think his moveset was hard. I actually really liked his moveset. He was really fun to parry. He just never stops attacking. You just parry the crap out of him and stagger him. He was really fun. Thought he was a cool design, like how he was a Wendigo. The soundtrack I remember being really sick. It was like metal, which I thought was sick. I thought he was a great boss, like, especially move-wise. His moveset was really good. His design was really good. His soundtrack was really good. Presentation was pretty decent. But that gimmick just, I don't know. Like, I want to say the game should have done a better job at telling you, but I just think that everyone who struggled with it were just all equally stupid because the game did everything. Like, the dude literally climbs the wall next to the ladder and stays up there, damn near pointing at it for you. So I really, like, I have to take the blame for it, I guess. But it was pretty annoying. I did have to figure that out myself. But yeah, he was good. Aratra? I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. He was, I think personally, this is the weakest boss in the game. I will give this guy a D tier. Again, not like a bad, but like, this is what I'm saying. So for a D tier in Khazan is probably like a B tier in another game. Like, he's okay. He doesn't have a very cool moveset. He's pretty basic. He's an absolute damage sponge. This dude has so much health, you need to get that limb damage on him. He didn't actually take me that many attempts. This is actually the fight that I lost the footage to. When I actually went back and checked my video again, and apparently I didn't even get, like, the winning footage, which I think was, like, the attempt afterwards. Either my recording cut or something. I don't even know what happened. But I actually lost the footage to this guy. But honestly, that's fine, because he was by far, like, the lamest boss in the game. I did not care for him at all. But he's okay. Like, just really nothing to report on this guy. Rangus. This is going to be a very controversial take. People are going to hate me for this. He's actually my least favorite boss in the game. I hate this boss. I did not like him at all. Some people do like him. From what I saw, quite a few people liked him. His first phase was okay. I actually thought his first phase was pretty chill. But I don't think he looks that cool. I really do not care for his design. I don't like his weapon. Like, his weapon moveset is just super, I don't know, like, I feel like he would be way slower, but he's fast as hell. But the one thing that drives me crazy on this fight is his flamethrower. I had the hardest effing time reading this guy's attacks. I just could not. I don't know what it was specifically about it, but I struggled so hard reading his flamethrower attacks. This guy took me so many, I think when I counted it was over 20 attempts on this guy. I've seen people first try it. Like, I was watching playthroughs and people were freaking damn near first trying him. And this guy used me as a mop on a floor, dude. Dude, I got squashed by this guy. It was insane. Yeah, personally, not a fan. I would say like on an unbiased, on a non-personal ranking, he's probably B tier. Again, like when it comes to like spectacle and everything, and just like on how cool he is, I just really think his design is mid. His cutscene's kind of cool. He just literally murders somebody, so that's kind of badass. But just yeah, he's fine. I don't know. I personally don't like him at all. Maluka is our first S tier. Maluka and I think Maluka is my favorite boss in the game. What do I want to say about this guy? I have a lot of feelings with Maluka. Maluka's first phase is an absolute pushover. I don't think I died to that. Actually, I might have died to it a single time, and I think it's because I let him kill me so I could have heals for the next run. I think. I don't know if I ever died to his first phase. I think I only ever got like hit once or twice in his first phase, except for like my first 2 runs. You can pretty much just bully him his entire first phase, but I like that the game teaches you that. So, this will actually tie into the point what I'm going to make with the next boss. But one thing that Maluka teaches you really well is because since you're kind of approaching like the mid game, you're going to start unlocking way more like skills on your skill tree. And that's going to allow your combo potential to go through the effing roof. By the time you get to Maluka, you should be chaining combos together and actually start playing Khazan and not Dark Souls, just R1 spamming. And he teaches you that really well, because if you want to get through his first phase and really make a joke out of him, if you just chain combos, you can stun lock him through his entire first phase and pretty much trigger second phase within like 2 minutes. It is an absolute pushover. And I like that it teaches you to do that, because like I said, I really do think the game, like, it teaches you to start playing the game the way it's intended. It teaches you to extend your combos, which I really appreciate. Second phase, you're not getting away with that at all. His second phase, I think, is probably the hardest thing in the game. I had the most trouble with this guy as a second phase. Like, he wrecked me every single time. I don't think I ever not made it to his second. Like, his second phase, I pretty much got to it every single time. But just, dude, holy shit. Like, even you can literally watch the video, and I think I quote, I'm just standing there. I said, I do not know what to do, because this boss made me feel so helpless, because I would get to his second phase, he would do his first scripted attack, and then he would literally wreck me within seconds of getting to the second phase. He is so fast and does an ungodly amount of damage. This guy's insane. Once you learn kind of his motion and his rhythm, holy shit, this is one of the most satisfying bosses ever. He checks every box for me. He has a really cool and satisfying moveset. He is one of the coolest looking bosses ever. He literally looks like Virgil and Sephiroth mixed together with freaking chaos. He's so sick. Yeah, but just aesthetically, he's awesome. He's the leader of this, like, he has kind of cool lore. You get introduced to chaos right there. It's like, dude, holy shit, his arena was sick. I think his soundtrack was good. I don't remember his soundtrack, actually. I don't know, like, there's nothing I don't like about this fight. Actually, I take that back. He fucking heals. This guy heals. And it's the most annoying shit ever. I don't know why so many of the bosses in this game, there's a few bosses in this game that do actually heal themselves. And it's always the ones with the most amount of health for some reason. I have no idea why they do that. It's so freaking bullshit. Like, if you already have so much health, why on earth would you heal yourself? It does encourage you to be more aggressive, but I swear to God, he has literally healed, and I was not able to interrupt it. I remember, like, I was actually actively hitting him as he was healing, and I was so pissed, dude. Anyway, Maluka, easy S tier. Elamane, this fight was pretty cool. Oh, wait, this is the one I actually lost all the footage to. She's definitely better than Volbino. She was really freaking annoying. She was so annoying. That shield... Okay, so this is the point I was going to make earlier. Well, before we got to her. But so just like how Maluka teaches you to start extending your combos, you kind of get this, like, ego of just, like, overextending everything now that you know how to kind of piece it all together. Elamane's she's the antithesis of that. She teaches you to make sure you don't go too far. Because if you overextend these combos, she will charge her shield and damn near one-shot you. She is a very scary boss, and you need to be very patient with her. Patience is, like, the key. After I figured out that, like, I think I actually watched a video on it. I was like, how are people beating this boss? Because she was kicking my ass so hard. If you just keep, like, your spacing medium and don't go for more than, like, 3 attacks at a time, you damn near cheese her. Like, she is hard if you overextend your combos. That's the only time. If you play too aggressively, she will wreck you. She just punishes over aggression. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I think she's fine. She's a pretty good boss. I wouldn't say she's as great as like Viper or Blade Phantom, but she's definitely not like nit. Like she's very well tuned. She looks pretty cool. Her fight was pretty awesome. I thought the fact that she died was lame as hell. And like they tried to do that cutscene where it was like supposed to build like emotional background with each other and stuff. It's like it's like, oh yeah, these characters are so tight now. It's like, dude, it was like a 5-second cutscene that was like meant to signal that all this time has passed. Like, hey, by the way, you need to like this character, okay? Here, just check this out. Hey, see this character? Like, just like her right now. Okay? Say she's your best friend. And then it's like, okay, cool. Now we're gonna kill her. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So yeah. Anyway, Element was cool, but the lore or the I don't know, her story significance was just kind of lame, to be honest. Shaktuka, I actually really like that. I'm gonna put him in good. I know a lot of people put him like in C tier and stuff. I'm gonna put him right behind Volbino. Okay, this is a personal ranking. I'm not gonna try to appease fans. I actually really like Shaktuka. I struggled with this boss a lot more than most people did. One, I think it's because I was trying to parry everything, which I didn't realize on how much you could, like... I tried to play this game pretty much like Sekiro, and I didn't realize on how dodging can pretty much just mitigate all enemy attacks. Like, I knew, like obviously you can iframe. Like, I knew that. But, like, I always thought you were going to be rewarded way more for parrying, so I just tried to learn the parry timing on everything, and I got wrecked for it. Shaktuka's one of these guys to where if you miss a block, he's one-shotting you. Like, he's either going to one-shot you or instantly stagger you and then proceeds to one-shot you. This guy has damage for days. I think he is the single hardest hitting boss in the game. Like, I think he literally had 2 moves that outright one-shot me, and he brought them out quite often, and then every other move did like 3/4 of my health. This guy does minimum half health per hit. Bare minimum. That's like his weak moves. Every other move did 3/4 health or one shot. This guy's damage was absolutely absurd. Plus, he could do Plague Status effect, which is super annoying. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, once you get to... I know, status effects start becoming very prominent, obviously with Volbino, but with Elamane and Maluka, like, she does lightning status, and then he does chaos. But, like, the status effects start becoming very prominent, which gets really annoying later on. Yeah, no, I like Shaktuka, though. He had a lot of health. That was another thing, too. This guy had a beast of a health bar. I was, like, shocked with how much health he had. The fight, actually, when I look at... Like, this fight felt way longer than it was, because I think when I checked the recording, it was just over 4 minutes, like, to actually kill him. It felt way longer. This guy has an ungodly amount of health. It's insane. But no, he was good. Traka. She's an awesome boss. I definitely liked her more than Viper. I did not like her more than Blade Phantom. Blade Phantom is more fun. But she is one of... I do not like sorcery bosses at all in any video game. I hate magic spam. She works so well. One, she actually does have some melee attacks that are pretty fun to parry and dodge and stuff. But her magic is so cool. I don't know how they managed to do it, but she is so well balanced. I think she is just genuinely one of the best designed bosses I've ever fought, because she feels so fair. Her hardest to move, once you learn it, like, you're never gonna mess it up. Like, I think that was the main thing I was dying to, is when she goes in the air and, like, does that whole magic spam thing, and then once you learn it, it's really just not that bad. But no, I really enjoyed her. She looked so cool. She was such a cool looking boss. Her cutscene was freaking awesome. Her magic was super cool. You do need to dodge her. I would not recommend trying to parry her magic, because all of her magic does piercing damage and status effects, so you'll still take hella damage even if you perfect block it. So definitely just dodge her. But dude, she gave you a lot of windows, and like for a sorcery boss, like she made it very fair to like close the distance on. Like she did run away, obviously, like all magic users do, but she did not feel bullshit in the way that, like, I feel like I was always able to just close the distance, which I really appreciated. So Truka's definitely an A tier. You could make an S tier argument for her, I think. If you if you wanted to, like, I would not be surprised if somebody has her as an S tier boss. But I thought she was great. Okay, Bellarine gets really hard. Because I thought this fight was really cool, but it's like an unbalanced mess. Like, design-wise, I think Bellarine's S tier. Fight-wise, mechanically, she's B tier. I'm going to put her in A tier. Don't know her above. I'm going to put her behind Viper. I think Viper has better balancing. Bellarine's really good. Bellarine's a great boss. Her first phase is probably one of the best bosses, like easily one of the best moments in the game. She's really fun to fight. Her moveset is really fair. She looks sick. She just looks so cool, dude. Her arena is absolutely beautiful. It's like dark elf. She's a dark elf in a dark forest. It's awesome. Her magic spells look sick. I love it. The colors are really cool. A lot of black and white and purple. Just, I absolutely love the way this fight looks. And some of the movesets, like, were really good. But my god, the summoning in the second phase is the most annoying shit ever. Everyone just talks about, like, the one mini-boss she summons, which she does nearly every game. Yes, that is by far, like, the worst thing, and it literally just doesn't... I don't think it ever goes away. Like, when she summons that thing, you basically have a dead run. It's so annoying, and that thing is, it is relentless. It is so aggressive. It has, like, an 11-hit combo that it just does back-to-back to you. It is so stupid. And then I think that thing can summon also. It gets very overpopulated. It's the only somewhat gank boss in the game, and I don't like gank bosses at all. I just thought the summoning was kind of stupid. But her moveset was really cool. The other thing, too, was her shield. I will say, like, if you threw a javelin at her, and then, like, it kind of stuns her long enough to where you can close the distance, and then she won't use her bubble shield, which I thought was kind of cool. So, like, it was interruptible. But it was still really annoying. Like, the bubble shield's definitely pretty annoying. I will say I was using the Deep Shadow set, though, and that does give me, like, a huge bonus of piercing damage with the spear. So it definitely helped with that fight. But, you know, I thought Bellarine was great. She was fun. Again, like, definitely could be better balanced mechanically. But, like, aesthetically, she was awesome. She didn't have the most health out of all the boss. She was still a tank, just like every other boss, but... like, at least she wasn't 2 full health bars. Otherwise, I think this boss would have kind of sucked if it was any longer. Scalpel. I almost want to put this guy in S tier. I really do. I thought this guy was sick. I struggled really hard with him. Especially on that second phase. I'm just trying to remember if there's any specific reason I hated him. The fight's really long. Damn, man. I almost want to put him in S tier. I think he's he's definitely better than Blade Phantom for me. He's better than all of these guys, for sure. He's not as good as Maluka. I really don't want to have an overcrowded S tier. Like, S tier has to be saved for, like, the pinnacle. I'm going to say he's probably at the top of A tier. Like, I think he will remain at the top of A tier for me. Yeah. I thought Scalpel was absolutely amazing. His moveset is really good. Like, very good. He has a very fun moveset. He's super melee based. The plague gets kind of annoying, but it's pretty fair. Once you learn that you can knock him off his coffin, like, if you can get it, once you learn how to prevent him from, like, his mini-second phase in his first phase, like, if you can cancel his transformation, he becomes a way better boss. When he transforms, you're fucked, dude. Like, that's almost a dead run. He's so hard. But if you get him knocked off his coffin, or you just interrupt his, if you interrupt his transformation, it pretty much cheeses him. Sorry, it doesn't cheese him. It just makes it way easier. His second phase, I would have hated it so much more if it wasn't for the fact that he drains health the entire time. I really like that design. I think it worked really well for him. Because the fight's just so long already. And his first phase is just already so freaking brutal. He's definitely not the hardest boss, but, like, he's far from the hardest boss in the game. But he definitely he felt like an end game boss. He gave me a very good challenge. He took me a while to beat, but no, he was pretty fair. His grab attack was insane. That was the weird. He had a wacky ass grab attack Like he would like it would make the sound effect. He would come up to you and swing his coffin. So like you would think you would dodge there, but it's actually like he would swing it towards you and then like he would backhand. So like it was right after you think it would hit, it would actually trigger it. So his grab attack was probably the most annoying thing for me because I swear to God I could not figure it out. I think I dodged it like maybe once or twice and I beat him after that. But yeah, no, that attack was annoying. But other than that, I thought he was an absolutely amazing boss. Oh my God. I hated this fight. Like a lot. She is a good boss. I just hate her personally. Like, I'm trying to make this personal, but like she's definitely better than an okay boss, and she's definitely not medium. Like she's not bad. She's still good. Her design was so freaking cool. I'll put her at the bottom of B for now. This one's hard. I think aesthetically she is very cool. Her health is very fair. Like the fight's not super long. But the rapier swings drove me so batshit insane, dude. Oh my God. They were so unbelievably fast, and the main problem I had with it was the fact that Khazan's body covers up like all of her melee attacks, so you can't see them. I was having the hardest time parrying her. I think this fight would have been so much easier if I would have just dodged, because if she only attacks in a straight line. So I think if you dodge behind her, I literally don't think she can hit you. So I think I made this fight way harder for myself than it needed to be. I probably could have been done with this fight in half the attempts if I would have just dodged instead of tried to parry everything. Yeah. I will say one humongous issue that I have with her over Bellarine is, unlike Bellarine, so the shield that I was talking about that like you can interrupt with Bellarine, you cannot interrupt it with her. She gets a shield throughout pretty much her entire second phase, except for when I think she goes melee again. And with her shield, she does not get, like, you cannot interrupt any of her attacks. She basically gets infinite hyper armor while she's spellcasting, which I think is stupid. All of her spells were pretty easy to dodge. She is probably the boss, maybe not as much as the final boss, but she exploits area denial to an obnoxious level. It is so terrible. Like, I think the only reason why I know how bad this boss can be is because I suck and I spent so much time fighting it to see some more of her bullshit. But she can literally, so she has this one move, and she has some more area denial stuff, but it's mainly this one, where she pretty much spawns this laser wall, and if you walk into that shit, it nearly one hits you. It's really bad. Like, you do not want to get hit by that thing. She will do this really annoying thing in her phase where she will spawn the wall, and she will stand inside of it, so that way if you try to attack her, you will damn near die. One time she even put it behind me mid-attack, and I use Assault, which is the kick ability. And then Assault has a thing to where it's like you kick and then you try to backflip off of them. In the middle of my backflip animation, she put the wall behind me and one-shot me. It was the stupidest thing ever. I was like, how did you just do that? Like, that felt so personal. It was like, you exploited my build for that. Like, it was so stupid, man. But no, just the fact that like they'll drop some area denial bullshit and then she'll just literally camp inside of it so you can't attack her is beyond annoying. And plus it's in her spellcaster phase that she uses it primarily. So she has no reason to close the distance on you. Like, she'll just stay there and just spell spam because she has freaking infinite range. So yeah, I personally hate this fight. I think she looks really cool. I think she could have been one of my favorite bosses, but she very much missed the mark for me. Let me see. Next we got Hismar. This is going to be very controversial. I actually really liked Hismar. I know a lot of people hated this boss. I really liked him. He's not great. I can't put him in great. I'm going to put him top of B. Top of B tier for sure. He's better than Shaktuka. I will say this guy has... Okay. Here's the thing. I think a lot of the bosses in this game have very inflated health bars, and Hismar has an absolutely Titanic level health bar. This fight took me 11 minutes to beat, or 9. No, this fight took me 9 minutes. And I think it took other people like 15. Like if you're not extending, like if you are not taking full advantage of his stagger windows and beating the shit out of him during that, this fight's going to take you absolutely forever. Like I was extending as far as I could with my combos on this guy's head. So this fight took me 9 minutes to beat. When I say 9 minutes, like it took me 6 attempts, and like my 6th attempt, it was 9 minutes long to beat him. And oh my god, like holy crap. This guy has so much health. His moveset was really good. A lot of people complained about the camera with this fight and stuff. I actually thought out of like a lot of Souls dragon bosses, this one was actually done really well. He keeps his head dropped for really good like fair periods of time. He's super easy to parry, and he takes a lot of stamina damage when you parry. So if you parry his attacks, you can stagger him quite often, which is exactly what we want to do. You can also break his horns, I think, for some like bonus damage and stuff. I don't remember what happens if you... I don't remember if it actually does something. But I know you can break his horns, which I thought was kind of cool. I actually didn't learn that till after the fight. At least from what I remember. I don't think I did. But no, I think as far as the dragon boss, like, I actually thought he was well done. And his health made sense. That was the biggest thing. Was like, I wasn't too mad about him being such a long fight because he was a dragon. Like, there was so many other like Troka, for example, had, I felt like, so much health, which made no sense because she's just a witch. Like, usually sorcery bosses are just glass cannons. Bellarine had a lot of health. Like Shaktuka kind of made sense. Scalpel had a lot of health. Like, I didn't understand. Rangus had a shitload of health and, like, infinite stamina. Like, I feel like a lot of these bosses had so much, like, it was just an inflated health bar to add difficulty. Hismar just simply made sense that he would have a colossal level, like, a colossal amount of health. Like, it took Khazan and Ozma back in the day, like, both of them to kill this thing. And you're fighting him alone. It makes sense that the fight would be a marathon. But, my god, is it still annoying. But no, I thought his moveset was really fun. His chaos was like the only thing that actually posed any amount of threat. Like, his chaos damage was insane. He did a lot of damage, but for the most part, like, his attacks were just kind of so easy to evade that I really did not struggle much. But as far as a dragon fight goes, I think he's good. I don't think he's like Bale or Madir level by any means, but like, solid dragon fight, and he looks sick. Reese is definitely an S tier. She's not as good as Maluka for me. I actually struggled a lot with Reese, surprisingly. I know a lot of people didn't struggle with her, but I really did. Her first phase was really easy. The only thing that sucked about the first phase was, like, sometimes, like, she would just bring out some shit that I swear she would never do, like, that she just wouldn't do other times, like, kind of some RNG shit, and just kind of waste her heals. Her second phase, she goes crazy. Again, like, trying to parry her scythe, man, her scythe attacks were so hard for me to read. Like, she would just do the combo, and I'd pretty much just die right after. Her second phase goes crazy, but it's really cool. Lore-wise, she's, like, awesome. She's probably the only, like, significant piece of lore in the game. Like, out of any character in the game, like, or boss you fight, she contributes the most to the story. It's the only, like, actual emotion you get in the game. Like, when freaking Elamane dies, you're like, yeah, fucking whatever. Like, I literally just met her. They tried to force a cutscene down my throat to make me care about her, and then she died right after. Reese, like, you actually start, like, you understand her significance, like, as Ozma's wife and everything. And pretty much she's, like, the whole reason everything happened. Like, the fact that they killed her. Spoilers. I don't think anyone watching this cares right now. But yeah, no, Reese was absolutely amazing. Such a good fight. Again, I personally struggled and got pissed, but I thought she was great. Now for Ozma. This one's going to be hard because... No, get out. God damn it. He's S tier. I don't know where I want to place him. I don't know if I like him more than Maluka. I know the obvious answer is that he's the best. He's the best boss in the game, which I agree with. I think Ozma is the best boss in the game, and I think he's one of the best bosses, literally, of all time. I loved Ozma. I also hated him just as much as I loved him. There's a very love-hate thing. When I first started fighting him, I thought he was, like, easily the best boss in the game. The more I had to fight him, the less I thought that, which is a very common pattern if you watch my videos. So let's talk about the goods of Ozma. Ozma has the best moveset out of probably any boss I've ever fought in a video game. It's very fair. He has a lot of moves, and they're really fun moves, and they're very dangerous moves. Especially in the second phase, his moveset gets way better. I only fought the 2-phase version. I did not do the side quests in this game. I was not about to unlock the third one because I did not want to play this game for any freaking longer. And after I and after I heard that you had to go through all the side quests to unlock his third phase, I'm like, no. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't, because I think I would still be trying to beat this boss right now, like a week later, if I try to do that third phase. Because I was talking about Hismar being long. Hismar took me 9 minutes. Ozma took me 11 minutes on my winning attempt. Almost 12, I think. Like, that gets to you. This fight was so hard. This fight was unbelievably hard. Design-wise, aesthetically, Ozma is the greatest. Like, one of the coolest bosses ever. Again, moveset, easily one of the best I've ever experienced. And the build-up was just really good. Like, he's a near perfect final boss. Now for some serious drawbacks I have with this guy. Remember how I was talking about area denial? This man will throw javelins and camp in it the entire time. Like, he will just stand inside of these. So, what the javelins do, if you don't parry them, oh my gosh. If you do not parry the javelins, they won't break, so they'll just stick in the ground, and they deal, like, chaos damage, and they stay there for, I think, forever. I don't think I've ever seen one actually, like, leave the arena. Maybe there's just, like, a limit to how many he can have, but there's always so many on the ground. Because he does this one move where he throws 3 chaos javelins, and you can only parry one of them, so you still have 2 that you have to worry about. And I'm not even freaking trolling. He will walk up to one of those things and stand inside of it and just magic spam you, and you can't do anything. Like, you have to wait. You have to bait out of it, like, bait a melee attack in order to get him out of his freaking little stupid chaos freaking javelin. It's so annoying. Anyway. He also does, like, a lot of fire moves to where, like, he has a lot of moves that are meant to, like, make you create space. A lot of AoEs usually, and a lot of, like, long-lasting AoEs, which I'm usually okay with, except for one critical flaw, and that's the fact that Ozma's first phase has probably more health than almost any single boss in the game. And I actually think that. Like, Ozma's first phase, like, almost takes you as long as any boss on this whole roster. It is an obnoxiously long first phase. It's draining and daunting. It's not hard, but the amount of RNG dependent shit in that first phase is crazy. It didn't become a question whether I could beat the first phase or not. That was never the issue. It was at first until I, started getting better. The issue was how many freaking heals I would have at the end of the first phase. Like, and just, like, the mental stamina. Like, by the time I got to the second phase, dude, like, I was done. I honestly, like, my winning attempt against Ozma, I'm shocked that I beat him. I nearly blew the entire thing with, like, 1 hit left, dude. Like, it was insane. But his first phase, I really do have a lot of problems with. I don't think it was super well designed. He's cool. I do like how vast his moveset is. I loved his wings. I thought the wings were sick. They were annoying at first, but after, like, the parrying timing is really cool. I don't like that he can just literally recharge his stamina bar and do an AoE attack out of it. I think it's stupid. Like, he already has so much health. He already prevents you from attacking him half the time. Like, if you watch the playback, you'll see, like, you have to damage him in windows, because for the most part, he's just trying to evade you, and it's, like, just a rundown. He goes into the air a lot to where you can't hit him. Like, he just does so many things that prevents you from dealing damage on top of the already little damage you do. And then on top of not having that many stagger windows, he recharges his stamina really fast. And then he can also, like I said, proc an attack to where he completely recharges his stamina and does an AoE. It's freaking stupid. His first phase sucks. Second phase, best boss in the game. Better than Maluka, easily. I don't know about easily. I'm not going to say easily. Maluka's easily. I'm tripping my words. Maluka's second phase is probably my favorite thing in the game, but Ozma's second phase is better. All of his attacks are super fair. He's really fast. If you do it right, like, his most dangerous attacks, if you evade them correctly, you usually get huge punish windows. He has a lot less health in his second phase than his first phase, and you get a lot more opportunities to attack him because he's just basically full brawler mode. I loved his second phase, and that was hands down the hardest cutscene I've ever seen in my life. Bro literally like goes inside of a freaking moon in the middle of an eclipse and then blows out of it with like wings everywhere. And it's like full black and red. Oh my gosh, it's so... Dude, he has so much aura. Absolutely insane. Ozma's such a good boss, dude. Let me see. How do we feel with the list? How are we looking? I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. I think a lot of people are going to disagree with Hismar and Shaktuka for sure. Probably Rangus. I think some people would have Troko a lot lower. Maybe not a lot lower, maybe lower. I think a lot of people would have Reese above Luca. But looking at this myself, like I would say this is pretty accurate in terms of my enjoyment. And it's what I think is the best. Anyway, make sure to comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, this is just my personal ranking. This is just what, like, these are my favorite bosses, and this is like what I think the most quality bosses in the game were. I'm sure this list changes for everybody. One thing that's been really cool, like I've been watching, like I watched some other videos on other people's thoughts on the game, and it's crazy how different like everyone's experience was with this game. Some bosses that took people 50+ tries took me 6 tries. You know, like freaking Hismar. Like I was reading some Reddit threads on like the Hismar boss fight, seeing what people thought of him. People hated him. They said like they were on it like 50+ attempts. And he was one of the easiest bosses for me. And Shaktuka, a boss that took me easily over 20 tries, took a lot of people 1 try. Like, it's crazy the experience difference in this game. Or I guess just like on how different the experience is for everybody, which I think is my favorite part about this game. And also like the weapon you're using too. I don't think it dictates how hard it is, but it definitely changes the way you have to play the game. I think all the weapon balancing was pretty good from what I've seen. Like, a lot of people just really liked using the greatsword. I would say the greatsword's probably the hardest weapon to get used to, but it's really satisfying when you do. The dual wield is really good. The spear is really good. I don't think any weapon is, like, particularly broken. I think they're all really fair. They're just played differently. Like me, I've always liked more dex-based builds in games, so I went with the spear. Yeah. But, again, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. You're more than welcome to disagree with me. That's totally fine. This is what I thought of the game, and I absolutely loved it. Let me know if you guys want to see what other series you guys want me to do. I'm willing to play pretty much anything. Probably do some more horror games coming out. I want to do more of that content again. Those videos are so fun to make with my brother. But, yeah, in terms of, like, the next series we want to see, like, I'm definitely open to suggestions. I've been having a really hard time picking a game lately. But... yeah, if you guys still want to see like me do a whole Soul series run through, I'm definitely down for that. Or if you guys want to see some more other newer solo games that have come out, I installed Silksong. I played Baldur's Gate on 3. So I played Baldur's Gate 3 on Twitch, I think like a couple weeks ago, or like maybe 2 weeks ago. And I really don't know how I feel about that game so far. It's definitely good. I'm just having a hard time getting into it. But again, like if you guys, whatever you guys want, I'm definitely more than happy to play it. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Signing out.